Good day everyone, I am Jessamy Bicanayong, just call me Teacher Sam from Eastern Visayas State University under Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in Mathematics. Our topic for today is about laws of exponent. Take this challenge. In this lesson, challenge yourself to attain the learning outcomes. First, define the term of exponent. Second, state the rules and properties of exponent. And demonstrate the ability to use the properties of exponent. I have here a pre-activity. Which of the following are correct? You can choose multiple answers of the choices. Next, give the product of each of the following as fast as you can. Let's define what is a laws of exponent. The laws of exponent is also called as rules of exponent. Rules of exponents are the sum of the rules on the subject of algebra that we need to familiar with. We have here parts of exponential number, b raised to n, where b is the base and n is the exponent. The base is the number or variable that is being multiplied repeatedly in the expanded form, while the exponent is the value that specifies how many times the base will be multiplied by itself. We have here an example, 8 raised to 2. Where 8 is the base and 2 is the exponent. The exponent of a number says how many times to use the number in multiplication. In this example, 8 raised to 2, you have to multiply 8 by itself. 8 times 8 is equals to 64. We have here 7 rules of exponents. First, zero property of exponent. B raised to 0 is equals to 1. Where b is not equal to 0. Any numbers or expressions raised to the power of 0 is always equal to 1. For example, the quantity of 7,654,321 raised to 0 is equals to 1. X raised to 0 is equals to 1, and the quantity of a raised to 0 is equals to 1. In other words, if the exponent is 0, then the result will be 1. Next, the negative property of exponent. b raised to negative n is equals to 1 over b raised to n. A negative exponent is defined as the multiplicative inverse of the base raised to the power which is of the opposite sign of the given power. For example, 2 raised to negative 1 is equals to 1/2. 3 raised to negative 2 is equals to 1 over 3 raised to 2. And 3 raised to 2 is equals to 9. Then 3 raised to negative 2 is equals to 1 over 9. X raised to negative 3 is equals to 1 over x raised to 3. We rewrite the reciprocal of the number and then solve it like a positive exponent. Third, product property of exponent. The quantity of b raised to m times the quantity of b raised to n is equals to b raised to m plus n. To find the product of two numbers with the same base, add the exponent. For example, a raised to m times a raised to n is equals to a raised to m plus n. 3 raised to 2 times 3 raised to 3 is equals to 3 raised to 5. And x raised to 3 times x raised to 5 is equals to x raised to 8. Fourth, quotient property of exponent. b raised to n over b raised to m is equals to b raised to n minus m. This property states that when dividing two powers with the same base, we subtract the exponents. For example, x raised to 4 over x raised to 3 is equals to x raised to 4 minus 3 is equals to x. 2 raised to 6 over 2 raised to 4 is equals to 2 raised to 6 minus 4. Then it is 2 raised to 4 is equals to 4. X raised to a over x raised to v is equals to x raised to a minus b. Fifth, power of a power property of exponent. The quantity of b raised to n raised to m is equals to b raised to n m. This property states that if an exponent is being raised to another exponent, multiply the exponents. Distribute first the outer exponent to each factor, then simplify. For example, 3 raised to 3 times the quantity of x raised to 2 raised to 3 is equals to 3 raised to 3x raised to 6 is equals to 27 x raised to 6. The quantity of y raised to 8 raised to 5 is equals to y raised to 40. And the quantity of 5xy raised to 2 raised to 2 is equals to 5 raised to 2 x raised to 2 times the quantity of y raised to 2 raised to 2. That is equals to 25x raised to 2 y raised to 4. Sixth, power of a product property of exponent. The quantity of ab raised to m is equals to a raised to mb raised to m. When any base is being multiplied by an exponent, distribute the exponent to each part of the base. For example, the quantity of xyz raised to 3 is equals to x raised to 3, y raised to 3, and z raised to 3. Letter B, the quantity of a raised to 2, b raised to 2 raised to 3 is equals to the quantity of a raised to 2 raised to 3 times the quantity of b raised to 2 raised to 3 is equals to a raised to 6, b raised to 6. C, the quantity of 2 times 3 raised to 5 is equals to 2 raised to 5 times 3 raised to 5. 7. Power of a quotient property of exponent. The quantity of a over b raised to m is equals to the quantity of a raised to m over b raised to m. A quotient simply means that you are dividing two quantities. In this rule, you are raising a quotient by a power. The exponent needs to be distributed to all values within the brackets it's attached to. For example, the quantity of y over z raised to 4 is equals to y raised to 4 over z raised to 4, and so on. Here are the references for more information. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye!